Hey friends, welcome to a Joy-Filled Moment podcast. I'm your host, Andrea Edlund. Today I'm talking to Britt Warnick. I'm so excited for you to get to know her. She's a wedding planner, a mother of 4 boys, a snowboarder, and a world traveler. I really love how our conversation gets into how each wedding is such a personal experience and how she creates that. Let's dive on in. Hey Britt, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, I'm so excited you're here. So I know that I already did your intro, so we're going to just jump right in. And I would love to know, if I'm a bride and I come to you and I fill out your form online, what does that look like? I filled out your form and I'm an excited client. What happens now?
Yeah, so I will receive your inquiry. It has some details on that inquiry form that I need to know beforehand to be able to create a proposal. So just simple things like your budget, the venue, any big details, your wedding date, of course, those simple things that I can be able to create a custom proposal for you. So once I get that info and if I'm available on your date, then I send over a custom proposal. It has my planning packages. So it has my 2 different planning packages. I do full planning and design and also wedding management. So it gives really big, like detailed points of what's included on there, like bulleted points of what's included so that you're really able to see exactly what my packages include. And then from there, we schedule a consultation. So I want to be able to talk to you on the phone. I want to be able to get to know you and be able to really know what your vision is, be able to know what's important to you and what's stressing you out and what I can help with. So after that phone call, we can, sign contract, pay deposit, and we're ready to roll.
Okay. So I love that. I love the in-person consultation. That's actually something I do in my business because I feel like it's so important to be able to feel what your brides want and how they are as a couple and what they're looking for. So I absolutely love the in-person consultation. Okay, so we're going to move forward with the process. I want your full package.
Okay.
I'm booking you for your full package. My new wedding. I'm getting married again. So tell me what that looks like. Like kind of walk me through what you do before the wedding. Because I feel like a lot of people can kind of see what happens on the wedding day a little, but I may not fully know what is going to happen, what you're doing for me before the wedding day.
Yeah, for sure. So the very first thing we do is a design consultation. So we really go through, it's like an hour and a half, 2-hour meeting. We can do it in person or over the phone where we really hash out all of your details. Before I get your Pinterest boards and all of your saved inspo so that I can really be able to start to get a feel of your style of the aesthetic that you want on the wedding day and what's important to you. So then we go through everything design-wise. So we'll talk about flowers, we'll talk about colors, we'll talk about the style of, your outfit and things like that. And so that I can really start to be able to pull things together for you. After that design consultation, I create a custom design board. So it's a really long document. It's like 40, 50 pages detailed out exactly how everything is going to be on your wedding day. So then that gives you a really good view of everything. So there's no surprises. And we're able to edit that down together. So you'll have pages of flowers and what your personal bouquet will look like and what your bridesmaids' bouquets will look like and what ribbon they'll be tied with. I mean, it's very detailed. We go through ceremony spaces. We go through tablescapes, which are my favorite. So we design an amazing tablescape. We talk about food presentation. We talk about lighting, all of those things, even rentals where I detail out these are your options and this is the cost and things like that, so that you're really able to get a full picture of the design on the wedding day. Once we review that and that's approved, we use that to hire all your vendors. So we'll send that to the florist and, we'll kind of match up the right vendors depending on your style and depending on your budget. So we will send that to the florist and say, okay, these are the colors. This is exactly what we want and our wish list. And so it's really helpful because it eliminates a lot of, I don't know, and what do we do? And what should, like kind of those back and forths. And we're really able to get what you want. So we get that wish list over with your budget, with the design board, and then your florist really has a solid idea of what you're looking for and can put together a great proposal for you, which we work and work and work until we get to the right spot, right? The things that you want with what you want to pay. So we use that to hire all the other vendors, not just florals, but all the design vendors, your invitations, all that kind of stuff, so that you know exactly what everything's gonna look like, and we're able to stick to that, and everybody's able to see the vision, so that we don't have somebody showing up on the day with the wrong stuff. Like, they're really able to understand what your aesthetic is and be able to perform well on the wedding day.
I love the clear communication that comes with that. Like, this is what we're looking for. These are all of the things that are important. And like, I mean, not just the colors, but like the words, like the energy of their wedding, or the vibe of their wedding, whatever word you want to use.
Vibe a lot.
Like, like the feelings that they want there. If people want like a rockin' party, or if they want like a sweet and serene event, like those are totally different emotions. And all of the design, it sounds like all of the design goes into that. Like the colors and the feel and the fabrics, all of that can affect the energy of a wedding.
Absolutely. So that is a huge part of what we do, is we're able to really bring that vision to life, depending on, what your vibe is. And your family members and your friends, if they're big dancers, let's do an awesome dance party. If they're not, let's figure out another way to bring everybody together, right? And so we always are doing different things. I do use the word vibe a lot because it's important. I mean, it really dictates a lot of the design, but the overall feel. It dictates what vendors we hire, their personalities. Are they going to get along with you well? We take all that in consideration when we are helping you hire your vendors.
I love that you line up. I mean, that's just something that's so important to me in my business with photography, is I'm with the client all day long. Like, of all the vendors, it's me and the videographer that are with them all day long. So our personalities really have to like fit.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean we have to be the same personality, but they have to be comfortable with the way that I shoot and the way that the videographer shoots, so that they don't feel out of sync all day.
For sure. And I'm sure you get way better pictures when they're comfortable with you.
Yep. And I mean, like, just me personally, I tend to be a little more outgoing and laugh a lot, and I'm very silly during my sessions. I do a lot of silly stuff. So like, the couples that are a little more serious, like, in the beginning of my business, when I would shoot couples like that, it was harder. It was harder for us to like sync up, and for me to figure out what poses they would like. And so I really, really appreciate how much you focus on like the energy of everything and the vibe of everything, and how that is going to feel and flow, because I think that's such an important aspect of the wedding day, is like the flowing from one thing to the next.
Definitely. That is a big part that we do as planners, is we help that go smoothly and be able to be the day that you want it to be.
So what have you seen, like, in talking to couples in your business, the difference between having a planner and not having a planner? We've kind of outlined like a lot of the process, but what are the differences and the benefits of having a planner for the couple specifically?
For sure. So we take pretty much everything off your shoulders as soon as you hire our team. I know everybody's like, oh, I feel so much better already. So just having somebody on your side is, the biggest step forward. But we are full service. And we say full service, we're full service. Like, we do everything. So, there's a lot of couples that want to be more involved, and that's great. We're just able to be able to do what we need to and involve as we need to, but we will make, we'll do all the back end work and make all of like the little random decisions and stuff like that, and then present to you like a final option or 2 or 3, and then you're able to choose from those. And so you're confident about your decision. We know that it's going to go well, based on our experience. And so you're able to really just do the fun parts of the wedding. And that's what I tell people a lot. Like, you still have a huge part in the design. If there's something you love, absolutely, let's include it. If your fiance loves to mini golf, let's have a mini golf station at
Fun.
at the wedding, you know? And so things like that, we really try to incorporate when people are like, well, is that okay? I'm like, yeah, it's your wedding. We can do whatever we want. And we just find the right people to be able to carry out, you know, those things. And so, so not only do we reduce stress by a lot, but just, you know, our expertise, just knowing how weddings work and the best order to do things and the best way to do things leading up to the wedding and the planning process, and also on the day itself. So a lot of people, when I'm doing my initial consultations, they're like, but will you be there on the day? And I'm like, absolutely. Of course. We're the first ones there, and we are the last ones to leave. Like my team, you know, we're there for you to set up completely. So your mom is not finding the vase for the sign-in table, or your aunts aren't lighting candles, or your sisters aren't laying linens. Like, they want to be able to enjoy the day too. So we set up everything, and not just set up, but we style everything too. As designers, we really have that design eye that we're able to make it exactly how you want it, and even improvise if needed, but it always comes out even better. So that's a big day, or a big part of the day is having us there and being able to run the show. So you have a timeline beforehand. You know when you're supposed to start getting ready and what time your bridesmaids are supposed to be there. You know when your hair is supposed to end and what time you're supposed to put on your dress. You know, all of those things. You know when you're supposed to take pictures. You know when the ceremony, you're supposed to line up for the ceremony. So we help do all of that so that you guys aren't frantic, and that things aren't forgotten. A lot of times, you know, people, oh, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have had the time to do that. And we're able to incorporate all of those wish list items into our timeline so that nothing gets left out.
I just like hearing about your process and like all the little details, because I've seen those before. Like, I'm a big advocate of having my emergency kit at every wedding. And I know like if a planner's there, I don't have to worry about it. It's not my job. I'm like, grab the planner. We're going to keep taking pictures. You know what I mean? You just alleviate a lot of the little things that can come up for couples throughout each moment of the day, because there's so many things in such a big event. There's so many like little details that have to be coordinated that are like hard to manage. It's hard to manage all of that in one person's mind. So I love that it's not just you, but you have a whole team and you guys have a whole plan, and like everything is worked out. I was listening to you when you were talking about how with your, is it your style guide? What did you call it? Your
like a proposal?
Oh yeah, with like
the design board.
Thank you. Your design board. I loved that you talked about how they give you the landscape that they generally want, and then you go to them with 3 options. And in my head, I was just thinking like all of those housing shows where the people are like, this is the vibe that I like. And then the people come to them with choices. They don't say, let's go to the store and look at 500 pieces of granite.
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
500 tubs. They're like, this is the energy and the vibe and the feel that you want for your home. Here are 3 options that will match that.
Yeah.
Which one do you like? Because too many choices is like crippling. It can be crippling.
And that's why couples have such a hard time planning in the first place. There's so many directions. I mean, how many venues are there to choose from? Oh, like thousands of venues.
So many.
Yeah, just choosing one little thing is hard. And so, you know, choosing everything down to what color of napkins it's stressful for a lot of people. So we're able to put that together and give you, you know, a vision based on your vision. We're able to really pull things together and say, this is what we think is going to look amazing. And then they love it. You know, if they want to make tweaks, we make tweaks. But overall, it's always a pretty good, you know, it's pretty right on, where they are just so thrilled because everything is so custom. We do it based on their style and their Pinterest boards and their inspiration photos. So I don't just have like a board that I copy and paste. Like we have, everything is so custom down to what flowers we use and what, you know, everything like that. So it's so custom that they know it's for them, and they feel so excited about the design when it comes to life.
I love that. I mean, weddings are like we mentioned earlier, they're such a big moment of a day of your life that it should be 100% personal. Like catered to you perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
So I just love that.
Yeah, that's what a planner will do. So they work for you. A lot of people will say, like, well, my venue has a coordinator. Well, what's the difference? And I'm like, well, the coordinator works for the venue. They have the venue's best interest in mind. Right. A planner works for you, and they have your best interest in mind. So that's a huge difference. And we work with the coordinators, and it's great. I love working with the venue coordinator, but we have such vastly different jobs that you really do need a planner even if you have a venue coordinator.
Well, I 100% agree. You have me sold. So I would love to hear about like your favorite style of wedding.
Okay. Yes. So my style is a little bit more modern. I love a modern, a little bit minimalistic feel. I feel like it's really elegant, really timeless. I get told that a lot, which is a huge compliment that my work is really timeless. So I love that. I don't want you to look back at your pictures in 10 years and be like, oh shoot, I got married in 2022 and you can tell, right? So I want it to be really timeless where you don't regret things and follow the trends. I mean, we do know the trends and we know what looks great, but we keep it in check where it's not over the top trendy where you regret those decisions. So planners know and designers, we know what's going to look good. So my style is definitely modern, minimalistic, and really elegant. I do a lot of really awesome luxury weddings where it's a big deal. It's a big event that we plan for over a year. I mean, we really want to be able to show those guests, that we put a lot of thought and planning into having them at this wedding.
Oh, for sure. I was just thinking about this interview earlier today and I was like, anytime I'm scrolling through Instagram and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that photo, and I click on it, you're the designer. So
you're so nice. Thank you. I love to try new things, but I feel like I do have kind of, my own little style. I do use a lot of black, and which is kind of different, especially for designers in Utah. I don't feel like a lot of designers use black, but that's kind of my thing, and people have been loving it. So that's been really fun to be able to really hone in my style. But I'm able to do a lot of different things. That's the fun part. Like if we're doing it at the Capitol building, we make it super over the top, elegant. Yeah. If we're doing it, at a barn, we add in, a little bit of a different feel. If we're doing it in the mountains, it has a little bit different. So it's kind of fun to really play around with the location as well as just a style, so that you're really bringing out all the best parts of the venue that you've chosen. This is a random question, but do you travel for weddings ever? Yeah, so I definitely do. Just wherever you'll take me. So I had this amazing wedding in Italy, all planned out, and then it was supposed to be in April 2020.
Oh,
so
no.
That was a little sad, but yeah, definitely able. That's like my dream destination. So I know I'll get back there for sure. But I'm able to travel because we can really do what we do anywhere at any venue.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have somebody in your corner and be able to work out all those details on a destination wedding especially. So yeah, we definitely will.
That's so fun. I love traveling. And you said Italy and I was like, oh yes, in like a vineyard. Yep.
Oh my gosh, yes. It's gonna be amazing when we finally be able to go back to Italy and do something awesome. But yeah, Europe is my vibe. So I like that.
I feel you. I'm a little more beachy, like maybe Santorini.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Okay. So tell me how people can get in contact with you.
Yeah. So I have my Instagram. It's Britt Warnick Designs. My website is really a great place to be able to go to find out a lot of info about us. And that's where you would do your inquiry form as well. So That's where I can get all the info about you so that we can create a proposal and really get the process going. So that is brittwarnickdesigns.com.
Perfect. Well, I had so much fun talking to you today.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. It was a blast.
Thank you for coming. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad you guys got to hear that conversation with Britt. She's such an inspiration on how a wedding day could be and how beautiful each couple's experience is. To connect with her, check out the show notes for her website, brittwarnickdesigns.com. And as always, you can find me at andreajolene.com. I absolutely loved having her on and hope you guys learned so much from her. If you enjoyed this episode, please share with a friend and leave a review. Thanks for being here with me on A Joy-Filled Moment.